Welcome to the Deep Dive, everyone. This is brought to you by Defiant. That's the on-chain lifestyle sports brand.
Yep, and we're here to cut through the noise for you.
Exactly. We've got the top 5 stories across finance and sports you really need to know about this week.
So today, we're diving into, corporate Bitcoin adoption, right?
Yeah, that and Bitcoin's big surge after the halving, plus smart investment strategies.
And on the sports side.
A huge NBA playoff performance and, well, some unexpected drama at WrestleMania.
Sounds like a packed dive. Let's get into it.
Okay, first up, corporate Bitcoin. The numbers are pretty staggering.
They really are. Public companies are now holding almost 700,000 BTC, so quite a stash.
And MicroStrategy is still leading the pack, aren't they?
Oh, absolutely. They just keep adding.
Yeah.
Picked up over, 81,000 Bitcoin in Q1?
Wow. So their total is now around 446,400 BTC.
Something like that, yeah. It's massive. And, it's more than just one company piling in.
Right. Other companies are joining, too.
Definitely. It signals this bigger shift, I think.
Yeah.
It's becoming a more accepted part of corporate treasury management. Less fringe, more mainstream.
So why does that matter for, our listeners?
Well, it's basically a big vote of confidence, isn't it? Institutional buy-in like this, it sort of validates Bitcoin's longer-term prospects.
Potentially adding some stability, maybe, since they tend to hold long-term.
That's the idea.
Yeah.
It could mean less wild volatility, though, it's still crypto.
Yeah.
But it definitely embeds Bitcoin deeper into the traditional finance world.
Okay, interesting. And speaking of Bitcoin, that 33% price jump since the halving, that's got everyone talking.
Oh, yeah. It feels a bit different this cycle, I think.
How so?
Well, the spot ETFs are a huge factor this time around. They've really opened the floodgates for institutional money, much more than before.
Right. So you've got that increased demand hitting a reduced supply of new coins because of the halving.
Exactly. It's basic economics, but kind of supercharged. Less new Bitcoin being created every day.
And the inflation rate dropping below 1% annually. That helps the digital gold argument, surely.
Definitely strengthens it. Especially when you look at all the global economic uncertainty floating around, trade tensions, inflation worries.
So Bitcoin looks more attractive as a potential hedge against all that instability.
Precisely. A non-sovereign cap supply asset. It has appeal in times like these.
Okay, let's pivot slightly. Smart capital solutions. What's the quick take on those, especially now?
Yeah, so in markets that feel kind of choppy, like now these are getting popular, the main idea is really just diversification and managing risk actively.
So not putting all your eggs in one basket.
Pretty much. Spreading investments, being ready to adjust as things change. It helps navigate the ups and downs, mitigate some risk, but still try to catch opportunities.
Makes sense. Okay, let's switch gears completely. Sports time. The NBA playoffs, OKC Thunder's Game 1.
Whoa. Yeah, that was something else against the Grizzlies. Dominant.
They set some records, I heard.
They did, but it was more how they did it. Just the offensive firepower and the strategic way they executed everything. It was sharp.
So what's the significance there? More than just one good game.
Oh, for sure. A performance like that, especially in Game 1 of a playoff series, it sends a message. It shows what they're capable of.
Suggests they're serious contenders, maybe more than people thought.
Exactly. It reflects how the team has evolved, their dynamics. Definitely makes you look at them differently in the playoffs now.
Right. Okay, finally, let's talk WrestleMania 41, Night 2. Some unexpected turns there.
Yeah, a bit off script, you could say. John Cena beating Cody Rhodes in the main event. That wasn't the widely predicted outcome.
And it was described as lackluster. Ouch.
Yeah, and then The Rock was a no-show too, that combination. Well, it raises questions.
About what, exactly?
About WWE's storytelling, maybe, and keeping the audience engaged. Unexpected can be good, but if the main event falls flat and a huge star doesn't appear.
It could hurt the brand, or at least that event's prestige.
Potentially. They might need to reassess a bit, figure out how to keep that fan investment high, especially for their biggest show of the year.
So quite a week then. From huge corporate crypto buys and market reaction.
To playoff blowouts and wrestling curveballs.
Yeah.
It's always moving, isn't it?
It really is. Fascinating how these different worlds connect and just keep evolving.
Absolutely. And just a final thought for everyone listening. Think about this increasing corporate and institutional Bitcoin adoption.
Yeah.
How might that start spilling over more into sports? We see some sponsorships, sure, but could we see, player contracts partially in Bitcoin? Or team treasuries holding crypto?
Ooh, interesting. More direct intersections beyond just branding.
Yeah, definitely some food for thought there. How deep could that integration go?
Something to keep an eye on, for sure. Well, thanks for breaking it all down.
My pleasure.
And thank you all for joining this deep dive. Remember, the Defiant podcast from Defiant is your shortcut to what really matters. We'll catch you next time.